Hello, this is LEGO Wizard, and welcome to today's review of LEGO 31044 Park Animals. This is a really nice little set, and it comes with a few cool pieces and some really fun builds. It are just cool to either play with or display, and they just work great all together. So I'm just going to give you a very short look at these and recommend this set to you and tell you what I think is good or bad about it. So first we're going to start with the dog, because that's the main centerpiece of the set. Okay, so here we have the dog. Now, it's a really small dog. I didn't actually expect it to be this tiny. It's like really small. I'll just show you it next to some other things. Like a normal minifigure and a regular sized LEGO Elves Dragon, which is scaled to a minifigure as well. Now, what is interesting is that this dog I thought would be like a much larger build, like maybe like the exotic tropical rainforest build that we had earlier with the monkey and a toucan. It was a very old video that I made, but it was one of my favorite sets when I was little, and I think that this dog just looks great. Like, all of the joints are now ball joints, which is a much cleaner and easier method of just doing like a construction. It uses a Hero Factory type ball joint there for the head, so it's stronger and it can give more dynamic looks. But then everything else is all using these same mixable ball joints. And then also the mouth can open and close, and it just has an upside down pink plate there. Besides that, I think this dog is just mainly just fun to play around with. Like, it has a bunch of moving parts. You can get some really expressive poses like alert and scared, and it's just really cool to just pose and display, and just overall just a really great little set. The side build of the set is this little duck, and I think this is a really great small build to represent a duck. So it is very similar to the toucan that I had mentioned earlier. It has the same pieces used for the feet, for this whole middle section, the wings. It's just a little bit smaller in scale. And it also has a nice touch of having the head being able to turn around, so it's a little bit more posable than the toucan, which is just one solid piece. And of course the eyes can be rotated manually by just taking it off and placing it again. But I think it looks great, and especially if you add in the extremely small but adorable looking ducks. Now, these are only about 4 pieces each, but all 3 of them together with this bigger duck makes it look great. It's such a simple build too. With just these like 3 pieces even, it can pull off a great representation of a duck. If you noticed in some of my recent Brick Plaza videos, I had used these ducks in City because they are scaled to a minifigure roughly. Not as baby ducks, but as an adult duck. And it just works so perfectly. So even if you just don't want the animals, this is still a really useful concept, and maybe you could try and get more of these of Bricklink and make a really nice pond. But overall, everything to do with these ducks is perfect, and it really helps to tie together this set with the dog. Overall, for the $20 price point that the set is in Australia, I think it's great. It gives you a fun little thing to play with, and you can still display it and use it when you're not playing with it. I think it's a good step for LEGO Creator Sets. They started to move away from these for a while, but now they seem to be coming back after doing a whole bunch of LEGO building sets like Corner Deli. But this set is a great representation of old LEGO Creator, the classics, back from the early thousands and 90s. My recommendation is you should get this set for any of the reasons I had mentioned. If you want a set that gives you useful building pieces, this set doesn't really have many, and most of these are pretty common, like these brown pieces and pirate ships and this and other buildings. But if you want them just to play with, or as a present to someone, I think it's a really cute little set, and it's great value for what it is. Anyway, this is LEGO Wizard, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it. So this is LEGO Wizard. Have a nice day. Oh, and here's the back of the box.